Hey YouTube, Colin with Aviation. Today we've got a full P150 Max spreading demo. We're gonna take you along, show you how to map out your field, how to fill your drone, how to set up your field, and we'll show you the drone in operation. So we'll be spreading at about 15 feet high, 22-foot swath width, and about 21 pounds per acre. We're gonna do about 10 to 13 acres worth of spreading. The crop type that we are spreading is gonna be forage peas, kale, turnip, radish, rapeseed, and there's a couple other seeds in there. For the calibration side of things, we'll have a separate video coming out later to show you guys how to calibrate your drone for different seeding types. So keep your eyes out for that. And yeah, we'll see you out in the field. Okay, so we have now pulled up to the field with our drone and our pickup. We're not doing any liquid, of course, we're spreading, so all we need is our bags. We've got buckets to kind of compare what's easier to, easier ways to fill the drone. We've filled the drone up with our seed. It's a 175 pound dry tank. We've got a little over 150 pounds in there right now. And we've kind of set the drone up to where we want our home point. We built a map earlier, kind of just looking at satellite imagery, but I got to looking at my field here and we've got some trees on our north boundary. So we are going to display how we can have more accurate maps with our hand mapping device. We're going to drive the boundary of the field and mark out exactly where we want those boundaries. So that'll be next. So we are now in our pickup and we're going to drive our north boundary to get a more accurate map. So we've got our screen pulled up here to show us mapping. So I'll show you how we can map with this on here. We're going to go into mapping down at the bottom right. Right now we can map with our hand on our controller, or we can go up here and use a different device. So we're going to use this device, RTK7. And now as we move, that dot will move, and we'll show you how that works here. So I'm just gonna drop a point here because I like where the edge of my field is, and anytime I see an area that I want to go around, I can just drive around and drop a new point. I'll show them this. So I don't want to seed into that. I'm just going to draw my field boundary around it. You notice I'm probably slowing down as I'm dropping the points just so I can get a more accurate fix on where I want it. If you're just driving at 20 miles an hour and dropping points, it's probably not going to be the most accurate. So this would be an example of something we're going to want to stay away from. That's a prop catcher. So we're going to go out around that. Later on, we can set our boundary safety clearances, depending on how we like our boundaries. There's another good representation of something we'd want to stay away from with the drone. I don't know what height that's at, but it'd be borderline with how high we're going to fly. From here, I can switch it back and map the field with my hand. Just take it out here so I can grab it a little easier. Disable that. And I can drop my point here to kind of square it off. And I want to get a little closer up here. Then I can close it. It's a little bigger than we wanted. We can only seat about 14 acres. So from here, we'll edit the field to where we've got about 14 and we'll run with that. I just wanted to show you guys how far our satellite maps can be off. So we drove those points and physically mapped them out with our hand mapping device. And you can see, you know, if we were mapping this with satellite imagery, we would be about, I don't know, that's about 5 or 6 feet off. That one's a little bit more accurate, but these, I would have never dropped those points there on satellite imagery. So all the more reason to be able to map with this or a mapping drone. Sam's getting our RTK set up over there, switching it from survey mode like we did earlier to base station mode. And I'm setting our batteries in our drone, powering it up, and getting ready to go. I'm going to set up our field. So we'll select our field, operation. So we'll go into our operation settings. We will select what pounds per acre we want, and for this field, we will be spreading at 21 pounds per acre. Whoa, not quite that much. Work. Select our granule type. This is the P mix that we calibrated earlier, so we've got that selected. Altitude and speed, we'll fly at 15 feet high for spreading, and we're probably going to fly about 35 miles an hour. Route spacing and direction, it's going to automatically try to calculate the most optimized route. That'll show us on the left there. I'm going to change our route spacing, which will change our AB lines. So now it has changed its route. We can fly it at different headings if we want, or we can just select the most optimal route for the drone. Safety clearances, this is what we talked about earlier, how far we want to stay away from our boundaries. We're flying a 22-foot swath width, so our safety clearance from our boundary should be about 11 feet. Obstacle safety clearance, we don't have any obstacles out in the field. Access route, our drone is right next to the field, so we shouldn't have to change our access route or the altitude or speed of it. All that looks good. Obstacle avoidance on, terrain following on, advanced. We're not doing any edge app or boundaries or headlands or edge application. So we should be good to go. So we just finished up our field. We did, like I said, about 13 acres worth of spreading. We went out and we checked what we did for kind of seeds per square foot, and Sam and I found about 5 or 6 seeds per square foot. From the point we got out here to the point we wrapped up took about an hour. That included our mapping, our setting up, getting our drone ready, doing a little bit of videography, and some stuff in between. So we did about 13 acres in that amount of time. But I think that would conclude our seeding demo. So if you got any questions, please feel free to reach out.